let's get to a Friday favorite now. TJ's big-ass grab bag.
Oh, yes.
A.K.A. TJ's Top 5. Okay.
Let's
You've
go.
got your three-eyed sunglasses on. What are you seeing today? What's in your big-ass grab bag?
What am I seeing today? Well, kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room? It's TJ. Look, here's the deal. Earlier this week we had Cody Rhodes on the show,
yes,
right?
We did.
And Cody Rhodes is the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the grandson of a plumber, which means he is in his own right a second-generation superstar. You know, his dad was a star, and he became a star. So it made me think, like, who are the best second-generation stars that we have? Like entertainers, actors, athletes. So
all of the Toronto Blue Jays.
So yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays. So that got me thinking. And there's so many. I can't put them all. As we know, this is TJ's Top 5, so I had to go with 5. So I'm bringing you my TJ's Top 5 best spawns of stars is what we're going to call
Spawns of stars.
Spawns of stars. Now, coming in at number 5, this guy, he is only a second generation entertainer. He's a third generation. It started with his grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. It went to his father, Rocky the Soul Man Johnson. And little did they know that their spawn, their grandson, their son, would go on to become the most electrifying man in all of sports and entertainment. And I'm going to put The Rock in at number 5 as the top 5 spawns of stars. The jabroni beating, pie eating, trail blazing, eyebrow raising, foot off the brake, pump the gas. The Rock is about to whoop somebody's candy ass. All right. Coming in at number 4. This guy.
By the way, if that was 5, when was the last time The Rock was 5 on anybody's top 5 list about anything?
I have no idea.
Right,
well, we're acting like 5's bad. 5 is great because you made TJ's Top 5. Coming in at number 4, this guy is a second generation actor. His father was a superstar in his own right, and he followed in his footsteps. And here's a hint. He's also been in the studio with us. And this guy starred in some of my favorite movies, Romancing the Stone, Jewel of the Nile, War of the Roses, Wall Street, Fatal Attraction, Disclosure. And if you've ever seen Falling Down, you will never look at a snow globe again. I got Michael Douglas coming in at number 4.
You also missed the opportunity. Co-star of Glenn What's-Her-Nuts.
Co-star of What's-Her-Nuts. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, coming in at number 3. Number 3, I looked to the NFL, right? There were so many guys in the NFL whose parents, their dad played in the NFL. So I had to narrow it down to one. And this guy, really, he's the sheriff. He's basically the best thing going on Monday nights right now.
Okay.
He's the Super Bowl champion, and he is Peyton Manning.
Okay.
He's coming in at number 3 on TJ's Top 5 Spawns of Stars. Now, coming in at number 2.
Spawns
of Stars.
This is terrible.
Terrible? What do you mean it's terrible?
It just doesn't sound great, but it's okay. Offspring,
you're really gonna just
Offspring.
jack my segment in the middle
I'm
of
not
it,
jacking
man?
anything.
You jacked it. You just jacked it.
I'm jacking nothing.
Man, all right. Pause. You're coming in at number 2, NBA,
About
right?
Spawn. I literally just said that. I'm sorry. You got 2 more to go. Go for it.
This just went off the rails.
No, it didn't.
Coming in at number 2, a lot of NBA players have had kids that followed in their footsteps. But you know what the thing is? Tim Hardaway, Gary Trent Jr., they'll never be as good as the seniors, you know? But there was one guy whose dad did play in the NBA, and he went on to surpass him, and that is Mr. Kobe Bryant, the son of former 76er Joe Jellybean Bryant. And if you know me, you know I'm a Laker hater, and I booed Kobe every chance I get, not because I didn't like him, but because he played for the Lakers and he didn't play for the Sixers.
I'm just glad you didn't say LaMelo Ball there.
Oh, never that. And coming in at number 1, all right, I put a baseball guy here, and there were so many baseball players that could get this nod, right? And how many juniors are there? There's a ton of juniors. So I had to go with 3 guys that really go down as 3 of my favorite players of all time. That's Ken Griffey Jr. That's Cal Ripken Jr. But I had to put at number 1 a guy who I watched as a young man in Pittsburgh who, as an 18-year-old who worked at Three Rivers Stadium, I worked security in the summer. I got to walk him to his car. And look, I know there's been some allegations of maybe things happening, but the bottom line is this man's the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life. And think about this. A team would rather walk him intentionally than put him on the base with nobody on base ahead of him. Barry Lamar Bonds. He is my number 1 top 5 spawns of stars. And look, there's so many people. I could have had top 10 of this category, but I narrowed it down, and those are my top 5.
TJ's big ass grab bag, everybody. Spawns of stars. So we've had game shows, sidekicks, nuts, spawns of stars. That's the first month of the TJ's Big Ass Grab Bag.
How about that?
I'm really enjoying this.
How about that?
Well done. All right, Chris in Los Angeles. This is territory. I don't know if you really want to go here because TJ does not like notes. TJ's not a fan of pushback.
Yeah, he's about to get one right now.
Okay.
I'm in L.A.,
Yep.
First of all. So I preface this by saying that.
Okay.
Your top 5 list, now usually I love your top 5 list. But
Okay.
today, when you throw Kobe in there, number 2, as a spawn of a star, that's your seller's remorse right there. You booed him all the time. Now you throw your little seller's remorse out there. Bale, that makes sense. Throw him at 3. Peyton should be 2. We don't need your fake love now, bro. You've been booing him your whole life. Don't put him on there, all right?
I mean, is there a mouse in your pocket? Like, who is this we that we're talking about?
Me and Mickey Mouse don't need your fake love.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. And what was your name again?
Chris in Los Angeles.
Okay, Chris. So
Who does not want your Clipper love for
that, and that's
the
fine.
spawn of Jellybean.
And I appreciate that, Chris. And so what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to look out for Chris's top 5, and then you could put anyone on your top 5, and then I'll come and I'll take a look at it. You know what I mean?
No. Excuse me. You have a position here where you can take the slings and arrows.
Yeah, but I
And
also
he's
build
making
them
a
out.
good point.
The caller makes a good point.
Thank you, Mr. King. He's saying you don't come into the Laker house and own Kobe in any way, shape, or form as one of your own.
I'm not trying to own Kobe. I'm just saying that Kobe deserves to be on the list. I booed Kobe because I didn't like the Lakers, and I saw how good Kobe was, and I knew he was from Philly, and I knew his dad played from Philly, and his whole career I would go, man, if this dude only played for the Sixers.
Chris, your thoughts?
No, I get that, but his dad wasn't a star, and that's your point of your spawn of stars. That's not a, feel like fake love.
Okay,
right?
that's why you're putting in Kobe.
I'm putting in Kobe because Joe Jellybean Bryant played for the Sixers.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He wasn't a star, bro.
Well, I mean,
thank you, Chris. Keep calling back.
Sometimes
he
people
wasn't a star, bro.
Was it really that funny? Like,
yes, it was funny. Him saying that way he wasn't a star, bro. I've kind of found out. Didn't you find that?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, pretty funny.
I'm starting to see a pattern forming here.
What's the pattern forming?
Okay.
See, I told you he does not like notes.
Doesn't like notes.
Why don't you like notes? Everybody gives notes.
Does everybody take notes, though?
Well, we know one person doesn't.
Well, if the note is better than my note, then I'll take the note.
But I've yet to receive some notes. I'm going to give this man some notes.
to receive a note that was better than my note.
I'm going to give this man some notes. Excellent callers today, Chris.
Hey, thanks, Rich.
I know he can't take responsibility for it, but you've been checking him in. And you put down the notes. I could see what they want to talk about, lead them to what they want, weave them in and out. Because as you know, the Rich Eisen Show isn't just a show. It's a tapestry. We're weaving. And bobbing and weaving when TJ is throwing haymakers because he's pissed at notes. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.